Good morning. I'm Jan Jorgensen here in Olympia, Washington, and we are doing the Be the Light meditation today. And it's January, so we make our lists, and the lists are really grand and perfect and wonderful. Just so they're like a basic signpost of things that you would like to reach your personal best. Because things are changing so quickly that you can really jam up your divine program as it's unfolded. Did you ever imagine that what you'd be doing now or planning for this year, say even 5 years back? Who we are becoming and what we are doing is astoundingly expanding before our own eyes. I remember thinking a few years back, I said, oh my God, I've done everything I imagined. Now what's on my list? Well, we pretty much were just getting our toolkit in order and sharpening things. I often say bringing our puzzle pieces in so we can see the bigger picture. But it's not just us solo on this path. This is a tag team. And there are members that have vibrations, remembrances to activate your remembrance of the bigger plan. More puzzle pieces will come into play and even faster. So things you didn't know that you needed to know, things that will bring you up to date and blow your mind that you would even have such a pedestrian, old-fashioned, goal-oriented year as if you were still in the 1950s. So fasten your seatbelts. And this year, I was listening to a YouTube this morning, and it was about Jim Hallows, who just passed over, and Amy Hallows had suggested we watch this video, and I could just see he had so much wisdom. But he said one thing that totally stood out for me. He said sensitives, and I say that's people who have consciousnesses, who are sending out little streamers all the time, and who am I, what am I doing, and this isn't right. They often came, well, I'll tell you what he said first, then I'll tell you what I think about it. He said, choose excellence and feeling you did your best over perfection. Perfection. Because what I know is, if you're listening to this, there is a part of you that also dwells in another place, and you chose to come here. You made a contract with the Creator and other amazing angelic divine beings to help the earth shift. So you know in your core what absolute safety is, to not defend yourself from the harsh world. You know perfection. Outside of this little experiment they call Earth, things are more logical and perfect and harmonically and vibrationally orchestrated everywhere else. You've been dropping in as a human being to incarnate on Earth over and over again. You're a bodhisattva, so you're not here to learn this, or do this. You came almost as a sacrifice to leave the perfection of heaven and your friends and your team. And you know who they are when you see them here. There's a certain look in their eyes or certain remembrance. You say, oh yeah, you're a visitor here too. But even they tick you off. You know why? Because they have done the human experience. Because when you come in, you have to take the pill of forgetting. You can't come in wide awake. That rule is changing with the newer children coming in, because we have been a transition generation and shifted things enough so those wide eyes of quantum physics and harmonic alignment and attunement, these things are already naturally things, because we have brought new music, a new song to earth that has never been heard before. So when they're born, the song that we initiated is already part of their bioelectrochemical world. So we have been these courageous way showers who came back to Earth over and over and over again, and took that pill of forgetting so that we couldn't remember the minute we were born and look around. We probably would have gone right back up our mother's birth canal and gotten out of here if we knew everything that we know now, with the information that we will be knowing in the future, not so far off future. So this perfection, this core of trying to bring everything up to speed. I mean, it has the beauty principle at work within us, trying to make our homes beautiful and things beautiful. But then you have to go out and work, we have to market, we have to do this and this and this, and something gives, and then it's not perfect. And then we fail because then we see somebody else doing that one thing perfect. But let me tell you, if they're doing that one thing perfect, probably a lot of other areas in their life are sagging. You cannot be perfect in all things, or you would make your life so small and so contained so you could be perfectly comfortable on that couch. But guess what? Then hypertension would set in, no exercise. In other words, you can't escape this human quagmire of trying to be perfect by doing less either. So we have to change our whole mindset and just say, excellent. And you get to decide what that is. What I usually say is, it's excellent because I experienced it. I mixed something up. I found something new. That was an excellent experience. I don't put it into that judging. Did I look perfect? Did I say the right perfect thing? Did I do this? You know why? Because we would be paralyzed. People would never get married. They would never enter relationships. One of my sisters, great boyfriend, potential boyfriend, he's too short. Oh my God, that doesn't work. That's on my red flag list, or whatever Dr. Phil calls. In other words, she missed the boat. In fact, she had so many perfect things that she finally had to go into a stage of eating and kind of freezing up, medicating herself because she could not attain. So here is a gorgeous, beautiful woman who set such high standards. So think about it. You're a person too. Think about the men you're meeting or women you're meeting, potential partners, and they have this picture in their head. Doesn't work. So think of experiencing. I'm experiencing this person. I'm up here, I'm brand new in Olympia. So what I do is I try on people. And they invite me places and I go and I say, how am I feeling? Are they listening to me? Am I experiencing something new in this place based on the perceptions, the ingredients of their personality and the way they speak and the way they are? Because I don't care the package they come in. I don't care how much money they earn. I don't care anything other than, is this a new, interesting experience? And then I can choose later. So I'm learning to live with imperfection, but having a sense of peace and a sense of I am always at choice. Sometimes people who want things to be perfect feel like things will be out of control. No, you're experiencing something and you get to choose if you want to continue to experience it. Part of it is your personality and the human design system, and perhaps you have a gypsy nature, or perhaps you have a more, I like things to be consistent and such and such. So these are, you have to take into consideration your own comfort zones, your own personality, and as you understand yourself more and more and more. I'm just making the point that we can feel so massively disappointed if things aren't perfect. We take on pictures of our parents of what is important. Maybe being artistic and expressive is A+ grading, judgmental, radiating down to a child in that way of like, you are super cool. My daughter has a grandson in New York, and I know they want him to be super cool and expanded rather than a tycoon on Wall Street. But maybe your parent thought, oh, we want them to be so self-sufficient. We can brag about how much money, how big the diamond ring is, the whole deal. So we have to divorce ourselves from our parents' sense of what is perfect, because we feel shame and disappointment from the get-go. And it just changes its face, and we bring in different people to allow us to be triggered and triggered till we say, hey, enough. I'm good enough. I don't need perfect. I want my life to be an excellent, I think there's a movie like this, an excellent adventure. So that's what we're going to do today, is stripping off all that extra pressure. I had a dream one time, and was just beginning to date my present partner. And in this dream, we stepped into a Star Trek-like sick bay, but in Star Trek, it probably wasn't a sick bay. All the people were laying on stretchers in there. They're probably getting tuned up or something. But there was a clipboard. And on the clipboard, it had the list of, you must do this and this and this to be happy, or this and this and this to be a partner. And my present guy, that came in the dream, and he took the clipboard and just threw it and said, we don't need a clipboard. Let's just live in the moment. Let's just forget what we think we need to be happy, and let's just experience each other without all that. That was kind of interesting. So I've tried to apply that. Throw out the clipboard and see what happens. And always, this has been made very clear with my New Year's deep personal retreat and meditation. I even painted it, and this is what it is. Get over it. Just get over it. It says get over it, and there's one way you can do that. Every single time, with consistency, no hesitation, is choose love. Let your heart expand to this person, place, or thing with like, wow, I get to experience this right now with love. I'm going to flow love, especially if there's something uncomfortable happening, because the other person might be triggered or unsettled by you. I am going to flow love, and love mitigates. It is a higher vibration. It actually digests discomfort, the little miasms in the brain that send out cortisol signals for stress, and everybody's stressed. Love, love, love. So whatever you think, some people have a rose in their heart and they just let that smell of that rose. And interestingly enough, people very advanced, other people in that room could smell that rose. They send out the fragrance, creates a relaxing blanket. What I tend to do is let my heart be like an aperture, the light of the Creator, and send that light out with the right colors and frequencies to bathe that person in appreciation and love for doing their best. In that moment, they're doing their best. If they're decompensated, believe me, they've had some trauma, or they're making choices to experience new things. So they're still doing their best. Okay, so in the meditation today, we are going to talk about or work with the elements of all the self-judgment of trying to be perfect, and the brittle parts in us that bounce off those old feeling worlds and triggers, and to create a new script for ourselves without a clipboard, without this picture of perfection, but a feeling of safety to experience, just allowing an excellent adventure as a visitor here on earth during this transformative time. Because if safety has the precondition of being consistent and the same, you signed up for the wrong movie. So you got to get over that. Get over it with love. Okay, let's go ahead and drop in. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And we'll go ahead and shut our eyes, because 80% of our sensory information is visual. We're going to rest our brain, rest our mind, even rest our souls. Our souls are tired of retreading these diminishing, horrific human archetype movies that we have lived out for one purpose: to understand and be compassionate and work with the human emotional realm and its disconnection with divine will. And that is the issue on earth. It has allowed the fulmigation of mistruth and misalignment. So we are absolutely perfect in our core. We do know we can regenerate our bodies, our minds, our souls, anything, even the weather. We do have this power. So we have a great disconnect with living these human lives that we just can't quite get there. We can't quite get home. We can't quite get back to perfection, and we keep trying to do it out there. So we're going to begin with ourselves and know that we cannot create perfection in this external world. Only rarely, special moments, things line up. This world as it is not our primary concern. It is too big, too crushing, and too gone in its schedule to be composted where something new arises. And that something new that will arise is dependent on one thing: of you living in your core, not from your external personality, archetypal self. That part is over. So this year, in this year of 2019, we are being invited to live from our core and to put new glasses on, that we are looking at earth with eyes of love. And we are not looking at earth with, why can't I be perfect on earth? That is an old, inoperable, impossible story. We have to get over that story. We have to live from the new truth. And we can live from the new truth when we're absolutely, deeply, deeply, deeply connected to our higher vibrational frequency profile. And we just beam that out. It seeps out, it shines out, and there's no problem, because the vibration of love overrides everything. So that is why you're here today. We ask and intend to set this sacred space, and we call in our divine guides. We are surrounded by beings who are very, very high vibrational. And so we are now in training with them. But we are being sure to set our own little geometric profile that we are receiving, but we are not becoming someone or something else other than what we truly are. We are removing, we ask and intend to remove everyone else's thoughts about us, all of our old agendas and our clipboards, all the old wrongs, assumptions of what was truth. And we are letting this go. In fact, we're only letting in the energies of these divine beings because they are living in their core and they have no story to swathe us with, to clothe us with, to cover us up for their own purposes. We ask that only energies of the highest light be in our space. We ask that we are emptied out. We ask that our thoughts be stilled and our entire being go to the 0 point now. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Rest in this emptiness and know that this is the state to receive any direction, ideas, plans based on the new operating system that will assist you to feel safe in this world, be of it but not in it. You're not hovering above it, but you are walking through with this vibration, which gives you courage and safety and sanity. This is the same way S-A-N-E, to move through the experience, this excellent adventure of being here on earth at a time of extreme change. Feel into your stomach, and we ask and intend to release all the tension for the unknown of what is to come. Just feel all those layers of trying to be perfect and how it has just tightened that stomach and all those muscles in the torso and the abdomen. We ask and intend to release this at the deepest, deepest level. Let all this tension just absolutely drain out of your stomach. And now the muscles around your rib cage, we ask that they be softened, and we are releasing all that contraction where you couldn't even breathe. Take a nice deep breath and let things just open up. You are breathing, imagine you are breathing a rarefied air now that is safe. We are beginning the process of emptying out our human old profile. So to know what is true, we ask the Creator, who creates the highest movie for us, to blend together, since everything is vibration, a beautiful pool of colors, pictures, visions, words, all the different ways that are available for our own guidance, and to just create all of this energy just for you, perfect for you, energy that mitigates the old and activates the new. And this energy is now formed into a beautiful pulsing ball of light, iridescent, twinkly, all sorts of, just look at it. It's yours. It is your gift from the Creator of remembrance and restoration. So let this energy now come down from the Creator to the universal core, the galactic core, the earth, and come right down and hover over the top of your head. Let this energy just rest gently at your crown chakra level. Now, using your creative imagination and your will, let this beautiful moving ball of energy melt down into your skull. Let it be a bath. And let it be absorbed deeply into the deepest part of your brain, any resistant part. And let it bathe and repaint your brain to the frequency of love and receivership for the Creator's direction. Let this energy now come down, and don't worry, you're not going to lose yourself. You're still going to know what you know. Everything that you know will now be like an army of ideas and energies to serve what the director or directress through this voice, this beingness. You are signing up for success. The reason you're here. Let this energy now come into your eyes, soak it up, your neck, and just let it flow through your body. And notice it is absorbed at different rates in different aspects of your body. The slower it absorbs, the more hardened, resistant, and full of old earth residual energies. Let it imagine it's water flowing over stones for 1,000 years, and that you are going to give. You are going to allow this essence and elixir to go into all of those places and refresh, cleanse, purify, and heal all those old thoughts, feelings, behaviors, relationships that are still there hovering within you, within your body. We ask and intend that we absorb this high frequency essence, this vibrational, high octane essence into every cell, into every atom, every movement of our energetic body. Things we don't understand. We ask that the neurochemicals, the nerves, the bones, everything be in perfect alignment for health and healing now. We ask that this finely tuned system is a tuning fork that is activated by you by asking the Creator, what is next? What is the best for this option? How shall I decide? And ask the Creator how you will know what form the answer is coming in. Will it be a chill? Will it be a word? Will it be a picture? Will it be a movie projecting? Take a moment to anchor in your communication method with the Creator. Now, the universal Creator is saying, we have made an agreement, a communication. We have opened the phone lines, but you must text me. You must call me. You must ask. Get my attention. Let this all settle into your system that you have instant connection with confidence to help you guide your excellent adventure that is not an impossible, perfect movie from the old, smaller self. Operating from this milieu gives you a sense of purpose, of feeling right, not in a righteous way, but feeling this is right. I am aligned. This is the truth. This is me operating on Earth in an old operating system as a transformer, as a spark plug. So let this energy run through your body at the bottom of your feet and connect now down into the Earth, the new Earth grid, not the old one. Take a deep breath and let that sparkle and connectivity come up through your feet. And now all the beings who are here creating a new parallel, bright structure for within consciousness to dwell on Earth, ask that you be connected, see them, meet them in the interdimensional realm or in person, and that you may co-create in harmony and joy as never before. Simply ask for that. And know that when you are creating with people from the old ways, it will be uncomfortable. Doesn't mean you can't create with them. You just know they're coming from an entirely different operating system. And that slowly but surely, it is in their journey that they will begin to melt and to work with you in a more aligned, loving way. Then you are a choice, and you are able to connect to the Creator to know, is is it in your highest good to stay or to go? So this is the ending of confusion, because it doesn't mean we're going to feel good all the time. It means we are going to enter denser, difficult situations. But we have to ask, just as Christ went into the leper colony. Oh, how uncomfortable. Oh, I don't like seeing this. I don't want to smell. But sometimes you're the medicine. You're carrying such a high vibration that your presence or your words or your ideas begin to change it. So you don't know what your contract is from your old operating system. But when you're talking to God all the time, yes, I do feel somewhat uncomfortable here, but geez, this is what I signed up for. So that's why we're always going back and forth. We're just so confused. But if you're working with the Creator says, what are you doing here? This isn't using your gifts. You're just trying to be nice or get people to like you. That's the old system. No, sometimes we're uncomfortable, and absolutely, this is part of your higher script. And if you want to just sit around and experience things, for your ego to whatever, to be, you can do that too, but that's kind of wasting the bigger, happier swath. I mean, Mother Teresa, the Dalai Lama, they don't waste time. They're living from that core, and they are saying things that just anchor in their connection, their own divine lineage into this very thick milieu. So be yourself. Think of life as an excellent adventure. Forget the perfection, and know that in this external world, perfection is very, very rare. It's impossible. And your best bet is to be aligned with and awake with the true voice of love, wisdom, knowledge, and direction, so that your will can be this will, and then all is well. And that's how we're going to create a new world. So we're in a kind of an unstable transition situation right now, which is very normal. So I thank you for joining me here today. Be sure that this energy from the earth runs up through your body, and that you are feeling grounded. And we put a beautiful golden resilient egg around your entire field. So even your own thoughts of doubt can't get in, because they're of a lower vibration, and you are radiating out a massive core of your own highest truth and vibration, that you can actually hear the Creator, because you're on the vibration, you're on the channel of the Creator. Okay, and other people will notice, and they'll say, I want what she's drinking. And then you get to be a great teacher and a way shower and mentor. And that takes care of that money part. They want what you're drinking, and you just set a little program. This is, you want to do what I'm doing, this is the program right here. And it can be anything, coaching, painting, whatever. Okay, so thank you for joining me here today. These Wednesday morning meditations at 9 a.m. can be found at soundandlighthealingarts.com. Take care. Oh, I meant to turn off recording.